This is the Girls of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. What I want to talk about today is how a fantastic day in the life of an unburdened woman looks like. Okay, this is actually quite fun. I made a huge list of the things that women would spend their time on if they actually had the time and capacity and energy and the finances to do whatever they want to do. This is the feminine woman's dream, okay? And I want you to add to this list by commenting down below of what you would have loved to do if you had the time and money to do so. Okay, this is how it works. Before we can get to that point, this is stage 2. Stage number 1 is unburdening yourself, because right now you've got tons of burdens, okay? The fastest way to alleviate your burden is to move back in with your parents or stay with your parents if you already are there. And the reason why is because you are allowing yourself to be provided for and protected by your parents for an extended period of time until you are prepared and ready for the right guy to come along and swoop you off your feet. That's number 1, unburdening yourself. If you are massively loaded with responsibilities, you're massively loaded with bills, you're massively loaded with leadership and like rejection and being fat or being ugly or like, I don't know what's going on in your life, okay? There's a lot of things that could actually be burdening you right now. But I can promise you that this is step number 1 is to get rid of those burdens, one at a time. Figure out which burden is the biggest burden in your life right now and then make a change. Okay? I know it's not easy and I know it's men's fault and it's their responsibility and they should have done this and that and the other. But if you have a father and a mother that you can move back into their house and their home, maybe in the basement, whatever it is, then do that because it allows you to focus on your biggest burden and getting rid of it. And I can promise you right now, the biggest burden, let me keep it simple. The biggest burden in your life right now is the one that rejects you the most. The biggest burden in your life right now is the one that rejects you the most. And I can promise you right now, most of you out there who are listening to this video, it will be a job. The thing that you call a job, that it stands for just over broke, or if you haven't started a job yet, you've got your studies, that is the thing that is rejecting you the most on a continual basis every single day, and it's making you masculine. It's making you burdened. You might have a business for all I know. You know, Nadia, who comments on my videos a lot, she had a business that rejected her continuously all of the time. And that made her more and more and more and more masculine until a point where she was like, this is it. I'm going to go towards femininity. I'm going to quit my business. I'm going to quit all this. I'm going to spend more time with my family, etc., etc., etc. And that has made all the difference in her life. This is what it can do for you as well. If you make the choice of unburdening yourself, figure out the thing that burdens you, that rejects you the most, get rid of it. You don't need it. And if you have a job that's high paying, that burdens you a lot and rejects you a lot, then figure out, and you don't have parents that you can move back in with, then find a job that is less hassle. Find a job that pays less. You know, lower your living expenses so that you can actually live within your means with a lesser stress job, you know, because you still need to survive, right? I mean, you can't just quit your job. You don't have any parents to live with. Now I have to find a guy. No, you don't want to quickly find a guy. You want to be patient about finding the right guy. You want to be unburdened when you find the right guy. And to be honest with you, he's probably not going to choose you if you are burdened, okay? Like, there are exceptions to the rule there for sure. Like, my wife was very burdened when she met me. However, she was a lot less burdened than a lot of other girls that I knew, but she was still burdened. The best thing you can do in order for you to have this what would a unburdened woman do in her life on a regular day if she had the time and money, that will never be yours unless you unburden yourself first. If you are married or in a loving, committed, long-term relationship, then figure out how you can get rid of the thing that rejects you the most. Hopefully it's not your husband, okay? Hopefully. And hopefully it's something that actually you guys can figure out that you can change so that it doesn't reject you anymore. You need to be accepted. You need to be loved. And once you've gotten rid of the biggest thing, then you can continue on what's the next biggest thing. What is the biggest thing now? Maybe it's the fact that you're a bit overweight. That's a burden. Great. Okay, what can we do to alleviate that burden? And then you attack that one step at a time with daily light exercise. You don't have to do anything drastic. You don't have to because if you do something drastic, it's not going to last. You want to do something that lasts over a long period of time until you see massive difference. And then over time, you're done with that one, and then you can move on to the next one, okay? You take one step at a time. So, after you've unburdened yourself, now we get to see how the end looks like. This is the day of a feminine, unburdened woman. Let me see if I can read this here. All right, you guys are gonna love this. Okay, so if you had the time and money, remember to comment down below if you had other things that you want to add. You would be having lots of fun with other girls. Women need women. Understand that there's nothing nice about being alone. There's nothing nice about being lonely. Even if you... Oh, this list, by the way, is for single women and people in long-term committed relationships, okay? So it's actually the same for both. Because it's a feminine girl, right, you, who is living the life of her dreams. And that is being able to live like a girl, okay? Retain your youth, retain your vitality, your fertility, your beauty, and all those things. Okay, so let's continue the list. Laughing, giggling, traveling, cooking and eating nutritious foods with others. Okay, you don't want to be stuck in the kitchen by yourself. This is one of the things that my wife doesn't like about what happened in our relationship. She has to cook 4 times a day or more for the kids, okay? And for herself, and very often for me as well, because I work a lot. So that is something that I have to quickly alleviate her from. Okay. Play games, reading and learning what she finds to be interesting, dancing, singing, listening to music, playing and learning instruments, okay? Acrobatics, okay, this is random order, by the way. Acrobatics, flexibility, okay, this is fun. Like, if you have a job, okay, let's go back to step number 1 first. If you are massively burdened and have no capacity to do anything else because you're being rejected on a daily basis, rejection, and you're just becoming more and more masculine, your health is weighing more down, and you're being zapped of your energy on a daily basis because of stimulants and rejection and blah, 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 blah. When on earth are you going to have time for this? You're not, okay? This is why I say step 1 is to get rid of masculinity, meaning get rid of the burdens. And then step 2 is to enjoy femininity. This is where your true potential is found. All right, let's move on. Acrobatics, flexibility, daily light exercise. If you don't need strenuous exercise if you're already fit. But that's the problem. You've got to get to the point where you're fit. That's a huge burden. But once you get there, or maybe you're already fit, fantastic, then keep it with daily light exercise. And that means maybe just a half an hour or even an hour, but you're just doing it very lightly. You don't need to be strenuous. You don't need to be all over the place, right? Okay, so taking care of herself, meaning her body, and also taking care of others. Like in terms of if she has friends, like I said, having lots of fun with other girls, maybe taking care of other girls' bodies, like her friends, that actually gives her energy if she loves to do that. Okay, so this could be hair, skin, massages, hugs and kisses, whatever, I wrote that up. hygiene, right? You want, like, a woman wants to take care of herself. She wants to have relaxing baths. She wants to do feminine things, okay? So you know what I mean. Investing time with kids. If you don't have your own kids, then you have maybe siblings or nephews and nieces or whatever it is. And the other last things that I wrote down here is sexual practices. Okay, now, and I included in here, well, yoga is part of it. It's not a sexual practice, but yoga is flexibility, acrobatics, and then you've got breath work, breathing. Okay, this is not something that a lot of people talk about when it comes to sexuality, but breathing helps guys practice ejaculation control, but it also helps women to control their orgasms and to actually control their sexuality and excite them towards full body orgasms and other types of orgasms than just the regular clitoral one that people, that women usually know about. So breath work is also a critical one. And also sexual practices with the jade egg, if they're of age. So if they're too young and haven't reached puberty and all that stuff, then of course we don't recommend that. But for those of you who have, again, who have cleared step one, massively unburdened yourself, and then you are able to have the time and money freedom to do the things that you want to do as a feminine woman, this is the list. Again, comment down below if you want to add something to that, but I just feel that this is what women want. There are two things. They want a deep connection with other people. They definitely want a deep connection with their sexual partner, but that comes over time. Don't rush that. It'll come, okay? As long as you're part of this channel, this movement, it'll happen. The deep connection with other people, humans. That's what women desire most of all, and truly, the quality of your life will correspond to the quality of your relationships. If you have fantastic relationships, life is filled with joy and happiness all of the time, okay? And that I really want to also give that to you and help you to understand that, because relationships is everything. And if you're stuck with being burdened at work, it's a problem, because you'll never get to the point of depth and quality of your relationships with the people you love. And I'm not talking about like being there for them once a week for 1 hour. I'm talking about truly investing daily time with the people that you truly, truly love and enjoy spending time with. Do you understand the difference? Here, you're massively engaged with the job. You have no capacity for anything else. You've got no capacity, but you try to get capacity, but the fact that you have to strive and discipline yourself and set up a big schedule for yourself, it's going to burden you. It's going to make you masculine. It's going to make you feel rejected. And sometimes it's not even other people rejecting you. It's you rejecting yourself because of the shame and the guilt of you not being able to keep up with your planner, to keep up with your goals and your deadlines. And, oh, I missed out on your birthday. I'm so sorry. And then you're rejecting yourself. Even though people accept you and love you, you might be rejecting yourself because you're masculine. Anyway, going back to the femininity, deep connection with other people. That's what women desire. And number two, a deep connection with her own body. This is where her sexuality comes in. And this happens before the long-term committed partner, but also once she has found the long-term committed partner. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Remember, comment down below of anything that I might have lost on that list or didn't include. But I believe it's a fantastic list, and I truly believe that this truly will make a woman happy. Remember, step number one, get rid of burden. And step number two, enjoy your life. This is the Girls of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you in the next video.